Well, I'll be a Nug's uncle. Isn't that Bodan's boy?
Hello?
The Dragon Age series is to this day one of my favorite games, and surprisingly, I never expected it to scare me. And you'd think that you'd expect some creepy moments when a game has enemies that look like this. So here are 5 creepy secrets you may have missed in the Dragon Age series. Well of Sorrows backwards. Surprisingly, not many people in the Dragon Age fandom understand what the voices in the Well of Sorrows say backwards. Of course, by themselves, the voices are extremely creepy, and it doesn't help when you can make words out from them. Other players have sought to fill in the blanks, claiming that the audio says, "She is telling the truth, she's fallen, lost, go to the altar." But it's indisputable that the audio says she's fallen, the calling, the calling. Those words may still seem absurd until you consider some of the greater Dragon Age lore. I'm not sure who the audio is referring to when it says she speaks the truth. It could be Morgan or Mythal and Flemeth, who, as we all know, is sort of the same person. What is evident, though, is the part about the calling. If Mythal was in charge of the calling, it would really shake up the Dragon Age series, including how the next game might play out. If an elven goddess is truly behind a horrific blight that has infected all of Thedas, the Wardens and the Darkspawn may have some explaining to do. And sadly, this is only just a theory, but it's a cliffhanger in the story, so it's never been a stretch to assume BioWare would explore it further in the first place. Demon-possessed cat. It is almost always upsetting when children are involved in this series, because they are so naive and innocent. However, they are continuously manipulated by demons in the Dragon Age series. There's already Connor and the demon that possessed him, and he did, after all, harm a whole village of people, and of course fen'harel with his nightmares about demons. But the worst, in my opinion, has been this little girl and her kitty.
I would not suggest leaving in such hostile company anyhow, Amalia. Look how they act.
Of course, I'd be thrilled to hear a kitty speak to me personally, but even in a fantasy game like Dragon Age, everyone who has played the game knows that cats don't talk. Of course, this is from a quest in the Stone Prisoner DLC from Dragon Age Origins called the Golem in Honolith. You will encounter a dilemma. A desire demon possessed a cat named Kitty, who was sealed in the laboratory by a magical puzzle lock, so it is up to you to solve the problem. The agonizing part is that saving the little girl is nearly impossible unless you have strong coercion, or we are easily left with the option of letting the demon eventually corrupt and possess the little girl. As if Connor's situation wasn't traumatizing enough. Caridin's research. The Golems of Amgarak DLC from Dragon Age Origins is a very strange place. The entire area has been magically torn apart, which is extremely strange given that it is mostly inhabited by golems and dwarves. And of course, we know dwarves are not able to use magic. You start seeing these creepy creatures skitter past you every now and then as you explore this area. They are fast enough to startle you without allowing you to get a really good look at them. And finally, you discover that these creatures are made from dwarven body parts and that they can combine to form a giant deformed flesh golem. When you finally discover this, it's both disgusting and terrifying. Jarek discovers Darian's remains as well as the final page of his diary begs him to destroy the forge in the deepest part of Amgarak so that the experiments and subsequent mistakes within cannot be repeated. Yeah, let's not hope that sort of experiment happens again in Dragon Age. Armor made out of flesh. In the Trespasser DLC from Dragon Age Inquisition, there is a unique special armor you can loot from a sealed chest in the Ancient Jail section of the Crossroads. It includes a codex entry that describes an elven god who performed rituals and experiments when creating the specific armor. According to the codex, after 4 attempts, adjustments to the underlay were a great success and will allow the recipe to be made with material taken from lesser animals if the need arises. Below the letters, possibly in lieu of a signature, is the stamp of a stylized Hala head. In Dragon Age lore, we know that the Hala is a representation of Gillinan, who created monsters and beasts during the ancient times of Thedas. The creepy part of the codex is that the armor is described as having threads that look like hair and a liquid that flowers a sluggish red. It also says it feels clammy on you and compares it to flesh. With that knowledge aside, some people in the fandom refuse to wear this armor because it might have been truly made out of the skin and flesh of former elven slaves. How terrifying. Broodmother's Ritual. It's no secret that Darkspawn are the creepiest made creatures in Thedas to exist. However, what terrifies me is the making of a true Broodmother. According to Hethspeth's poem from Dragon Age Origins, her haunting voice retells the events of what really happens to tainted women left in the Deep Roads.
First day they come and catch everyone. Second day, they beat us and eat some for meat.
The captured women become tainted after being force-fed Darkspawn tissue, which the Darkspawn spew into the prisoners' mouths. At this point, Hethspeth describes the women who have survived as violated, implying that they have been sexually assaulted by a swarm of Darkspawn. They gradually develop cannibalistic urges and mutate heavily as a result, eventually becoming a full-fledged broodmother after devouring massive amounts of flesh. Broodmothers have large litters of Darkspawn ranging from 20 to 50 infants, and in a broodmother's lifetime, they will give birth to thousands of Darkspawn children. Of course, what makes this really creepy is that there really had to be a first broodmother to truly create massive swarms of Darkspawn. This leads the fandom to theorize that one of the original Darkspawn from the Magister's Sigil is female and is the first broodmother. But with that, we are going to wrap up 5 creepy secrets you may have missed in the Dragon Age series. Which on this list was your personal favorite? For me, to be honest, it's probably that demon-possessed cat. I just found that to be pretty creepy. Also, what scary scenes have you encountered throughout Dragon Age that others may not have? Leave that comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.